And I like how you had mentioned think what it can look like, the early red flags. So when I'm working with the family and we're struggling they're struggling with feeding and we're figuring out why, sometimes there's a tie and it's missed, or sometimes the family opts not to release the tie, or there's the high palate and the recessed jaw. So what happens in the future? Because I help families with how it impacts the breastfeeding and bottle feeding. But a very common question that I get from most of the families I work with is, okay, well, we kind of got the breastfeeding part worked out. We have it at least working. Maybe it's a lot of compensations that are why it's working, but it's working.
It's like tongue mobility restrictions, right? It's kind of the fancy way to talk about tongue tie. Because we're looking at, there's different grades of tongue ties, there's different scales of tongue ties. At its core, is your tongue's mobility and range of motion impacted by the string, by that freedom under your tongue, or is it not? Like that's
Mm-hmm.
really what it breaks down to, no matter what grade you are. We're looking at the function of the tongue as an organ, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when those things aren't happening, that's where we see that trickle down effect that you're talking about. A myofunctional disorder really is kind of the basis, the opposite of those four goals, right?
Mm-hmm.
So mouth breathing, having your lips apart, having your tongue live in the bottom of your mouth, not being able to chew and swallow correctly. Sometimes oral habits like extended uses of pacifiers is a red flag. Um, Thumb sucking, finger sucking, chewing on sleeves, sensory seeking within the mouth
Mm-hmm.
are some kind of beginning stage red flags, kind of in that younger age group that we're looking for. Sleep stuff, right? So the kids who do gymnastics in their sleep,
Mm-hmm.
the kids who snore, the big droolers, um, bedwetters.